you became trans global queen. And
sex reassignment surgeries, of course, very expensive all over in India.
that tomorrow morning you get up and you get up in different body. First time when you must have got the threading done. How was the feeling?
People think that queer people are very talentless, useless. After the page, and I've done an ad for Adidas.
Any one word you want that people should stop saying to transgender people?
Like chakka.
LGBTIQ. हम बहुत सुन रहे हैं, देख रहे हैं, बात करते हैं. कुछ लोगों को सिर्फ क्यूरियोसिटी है कि कौन है, क्या होता है एग्जैक्टली. कुछ लोग स्ट्रगल कर रहे हैं. आज हमारी गेस्ट हैं श्रुति सितारा, जो ट्रांस ग्लोबल मिस बनी 2021 में, और उन्होंने कैसे अपनी ये ज़िंदगी की स्ट्रगल की. जब सडनली आप एक दिन आप खड़े होते हो और आप wake up call and you want to declare to the world कि I can't suffer it anymore. मैं अपनी आइडेंटिटी नहीं छुपा सकता, उसके साथ नहीं, फॉल्स आइडेंटिटी के साथ नहीं जी सकता. तो आप सबको बताते हो अपना ट्रू सेल्फ, अपना ऑथेंटिक सेल्फ. यू नीड करेज. इट्स जस्ट नॉट अबाउट जेंडर. एंड तक देखना पड़ेगा समझने के लिए कि उन्होंने ये सारी स्ट्रगल कैसे की और कैसे वो इस लेवल पे पहुंची जहां वो आज बहुत रिस्पेक्ट से और एक सक्सेसफुल ट्रांसजेंडर विमेन देखी जाती हैं. हाय श्रुति, वेलकम यू टू आवर पॉडकास्ट जिंदगी टॉक्स.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
You really chose to walk over the fire and chose authenticity, and you really chose, I believe, truth over fear. Yeah. You not only transitioned your body, but I think aligned your soul.
Yeah.
Which is a very, very daring step, and I think it gives a lot of courage to the people, those who live under that fear. So we are really glad that you accepted our invitation and are talking to us.
Much. It's a privilege to be a part of your podcast.
Thank you.
It's my privilege.
Thank you so much. So I'm sure, Shruti, when we do such a transformation in our life, in society, from society's perspective, there is very deep struggle behind it.
Yeah, sure.
It's not easy to come to that point, yeah. And many of our viewers also must be going through that trauma, that agony to decide or what is happening to them. So first of all, I like to know that as a child, up to maybe 10 years or 12 years of age, when you are in a male body but you're feeling different. Yes. So what were your feelings?
जब मैं एक छोटा बच्चा थे, वो मेरे दिमाग में बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस आ जाते थे. So it's like, why I'm like this? Am I the only person like this? That can be universal. Every trans person will feel like that in their primary time. So during my 5 or 6 years, I started thinking like that. So I started feel like, I feel like a different person, like a male, a female who was trapped in a male body. I felt like that in the beginning. So I thought that it was only my problem. There wouldn't be any persons like that in the world. So slowly I learned everything, learned about community, learned about queer people, learned about diversities and all. So I I just wanted to become like this.
So what were those activities what you were not able to do as a boy because your mind was not there, heart was not there, you were feeling like a female?
Yeah, I was totally disturbed as a child, and I was not able to play the so-called male-dominated things like football, cricket and all, and I was not at all interested. I am interested in singing, dancing, all the soft eras and all. So
there must be times when you wanted to blame yourself, or took self-pity or thought something is wrong with you only? And
Yes, I felt that I was very inferior than others, like my friends. So, comparing to my friends, they were like boys and girls, and why I'm like this? I always blaming me. I was not confident to do everything like my friends. So I started blaming myself.
so when was that truth got clear to you that you could really decide what is happening to you, and maybe you were really clear?
It was after my 12th standard when I moved to Kochi for my graduation. I have seen trans people in person. So when I interacted with them, I could able to understand that I am one among them, and there is a possibility to live like that, and that is very natural. So I start browsing about it, I start researching about it, and I got to understand, this is a very quiet, natural situation. It is, we can exist like that. People has to understand the situation, what all we all came from. So I start deciding to change my gender after my degree.
After graduation, you decided and you
Yes.
felt that you need to change your gender. Now the point must be the society, the family, friends. So how did you manage that?
I was concerned everything, the society, family, friends, neighbors, relatives, everybody. I always wanted to have everybody around me after my transition as well. So I have done the homework before I came out as a Shruti Sitara. So I have talked with my friends, a few of my friends who studied in Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya. I have studied in Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya. So I have got a lot of beautiful friends there. I have discussed it with my peer group, and my came out was really planned, so that I am accepted by my family, friends, relatives, everyone. So
So how did you
like
talk
that.
to your family, like parents?
Actually, I didn't go directly because I have little bit feared. But two of my friends gone to my father, and they said everything. They said everything scientifically and socially, everything details related to trans people, queer people, everything. And he was very cool. My father was really cool.
Wow.
And I was never expected that. He knew it since 6 years back, I think. So he was very understanding. Since he is someone connected to politics and all.
He's
So
into politics.
Yes.
Still he understood.
Yeah.
Okay. Generally, when people are in politics, they get very scared about their image. What will people say? Oh my God, what will we do?
Yeah, my father was not like that. He understood me, so he let me live my life as I like it.
Oh,
So
wow.
since my father accepted, my relatives, my friends, the whole society has to accept it.
Oh, wow. And in the school, when you were not behaving like a boy, because your feelings were different. So, did you face kind of bullying or some situations in the school from friends or teachers?
Yes, of course, but thoda, because comparing to my other trans persons, my experience was little bit low. I experience a lot, but comparing to others, it is quite okay for me, because I was a very studious person. So, I know that I was having this gender dysphoria since from the very beginning. So I have to compensate it with something I knew, or I'm very confident about. So that one thing was my studies. I started study really well. So I was one among the studious students in my class. So
This even I was hearing some other podcast also of some transgender where she also said she was so good in studies, the teacher used to love her because she was good in studies. So I think if you're talented, you're good in something, then that gets compensated. People don't focus on your then. They
Yes.
focus on your good points.
Yeah.
So that could be one learning for all the transgender people, that they should not focus too much on this problem. They can focus on their positive side and skills, so that the world also don't focus too much on your this thing till you are able to solve. Till you
Yes,
grow
yes.
up, you are able to solve the problem. You can focus on your strengths and studies and better things.
That was one point I could manage my, my positive and negative things.
Yeah, I can understand. So, when your father accepted and supported, I think there was some law, some Supreme Court judgment which came up, and because
Nalsa
of
judgment,
okay, when was it?
2014.
So in that judgment, because the world became aware, especially in India, when acceptance was not there, but now Supreme Court has given the judgment, so it becomes very different.
Yeah.
That means it becomes natural phenomena which people never considered, because before this people always thought there are only two sex, male and female. But once
Yeah, due to the Nalsa judgment, the visibility becomes, increased a lot. In
Yes.
2015, Kerala was the first state to adopt a transgender policy. So they started doing a lot of transgender welfare schemes and all, the government of Kerala. So
Wow.
we are really happy for that.
So you must be very happy that you are born as transgender in Kerala.
Yes,
the
yes,
most
yes, really.
Educated state.
Yeah, really,
Yeah, so
yeah.
because of that you got support.
People in Kerala are very forward, they are ready to accept, they are ready to explore, and we get more opportunity to talk, and it's quite happy. I'm really happy to be a part of Kerala.
Great. So now, family support came in, and you must have taken certain decisions, like what I have understood, that there are lesbians, gays, trans, and intersex.
Yes.
So what I understand, if I'm wrong, you can correct me, that intersex and trans, they are can be same or different also.
Yeah.
Like trans can be intersex also. They can have both the genitals, and they can have one genital, and they wish to change, they can. If they don't wish to change, then also it's fine.
Yes.
But because their feelings are of the other gender, so they are trans, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Surgery is only an option. You can do surgery, whether you can choose to be done not surgery, but if surgery is done or not done, it's not a question.
Okay.
You are a transgender person.
Okay. So you chose to get through that surgery and all the treatment.
Yes.
So what were your thoughts on that?
It was really tough. Of course, surgery is really painful. Any surgery is really painful. So I was ready. I was mentally ready, mentally prepared for the surgery. So it was done. It was gone really well. And
so some people say, oh, this surgery is most difficult surgery. Is it like that, or what do you think about it?
This surgery is one of the big surgery, but there are more complicated surgeries in the world. This is not the biggest surgery in the world. This is a surgery which is very painful. But
Any surgery is painful. That way.
Every surgery.
If you
is
open your
painful.
brain and you have to go through, cancer or kidney
Heart
or
surgery is there. It's really painful.
Yes.
People has to face it.
Only thing, because maybe it's an optional thing, so maybe people think whether to go through it or not to go through it.
Yeah.
In
If it's painful, then don't go for it. If you think it is painful,
which
then go
pain is
for it.
bigger?
Yeah.
Whether emotional pain is bigger or physical pain is bigger?
For me, emotional pain is the bigger.
Yeah, so that's why you thought to go through that.
Yeah.
And you think all kind of strata of society have this by birth, it's God willing that this kind of situation where they are in different body. So that all kind of people can afford this surgery. Is it affordable or it's very
Affordable,
expensive?
Surgery is of course very expensive. Sex reassignment surgery is of course very expensive all over in India, all over the world, I think. So some people may not have the economic background for getting surgery done. So,
Right.
but in Kerala we have the financial assistance for surgery.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
our government gives the financial assistance for doing surgery.
Arey wah.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's really nice. So when we go through surgery, but as I understand that because there is not deep down physical change, genital, so I think still we cannot conceive and have babies, right?
Yeah, trans people cannot conceive because we don't have uterus and all. So we can, get ourselves converted to a female body. That's all.
That's all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Since our mind see that we are female, we have to get our body as well to female.
Okay. So till now, transgender people we always have seen like in trains or begging or even the movie Tali. So very different perception comes. But when I'm talking to you, I feel it's a kind of educated class who understand and who have courage to take decisions, who can face society rather in more dignified ways, So they can stand, they can really earn respect and grow well, do very good career. So why this kind of image of Tali and what we feel, or they beg, they have to beg. So why this contrast I am seeing?
It's there in the society since a very long time. So why it happened? Because they were not given any opportunity to study. They don't know how to behave with people. So such people, I'm not blaming them. Such people can't do any jobs anymore because no society would give them a job, a kind of nice job. When compared to 10 years back, the situation was very rude. So people started begging and doing sex work and everything. So that was personally I have to blame the society for making them like that, because they were not
society
given.
As well as the family.
Yes, yeah, families as well as families also society.
Yeah,
it's a part of society.
So they didn't support them, they did not understand them, they discarded them, and they did not know what to do with that, right?
Yeah, if their family supported, they wouldn't have been like that. So that's we have to get educated from our family itself, since it's the first society.
One of the transgender I came across, she mentioned that how her friend was molested when she was a kid, because even by the family members, cousins,
so
because they used to feel ki inka kya hai, and she could not even share with the parents, and parents would not listen to what is happening, and they would also blame, because they would feel their behavior is not appropriate, and they don't know how to behave, so they will not listen. It's like a movie Highway, Alia Bhatt. So they, her mother was not listening, that how some uncle offers a chocolate or something like that. So have you heard or experienced this kind of situation?
I haven't experienced, but I've heard from my friends. A few of my friends had the same situation, like her family member molested her. So such situation happens everywhere in India.
It's very sad. And the movies I've seen, like for example, Kuch Kuch Hota Hai.
Yeah.
So in that Kajol is shown wearing boys' clothes, and she's quite like tomboyish, and she wants to play all football, compete with Shah Rukh Khan, and she behaves also like that, wears clothes also like that, plays games also like that. The way we perceive the girl should be or boy should be, from that perspective she behaved like a boy, right? So one question comes to my mind is that under that circumstances, when girl does this kind of thing, behaves like a boy, we say, oh, ये तो मेरा बेटा है, बेटे के जैसा है.
It is very appreciable.
That is appreciated and that's considered very bold and courageous. But when boy behaves like a girl, you know, nobody appreciates.
Yeah.
Why
It's considered as very shameful. It's because women are considered as a second citizen in the society. Because people taught us men are the first priority, first citizen of our country. Women are the second citizen. And when we talk about the trans people, are even comes down. Third gender, third citizens, we call as third citizens. So society has that lot of unwritten rules and conditions. It's kind of conditioning. The problem is with the conditioning.
Yeah, it's kind of conditioning. I remember once I went to a college, so I asked boys and girls that tomorrow morning you get up and you get up in different body.
Oh.
No? Now what will be your thought? And it has to be very spontaneous. It was very funny. Immediately, you know what did they come up with? The girl said, oh, हमें तो वैक्सिंग नहीं करानी पड़ेगी, हमें थ्रेडिंग नहीं करानी पड़ेगी. We can wear shorts, we can go to, you know, office, like we can come late at night. And the boys immediately said, oh, हमारी सैलरी कम हो जाएगी, है ना, हमें प्रेगनेंसी वो सब करना पड़ेगा. So these are the notions what we feel the boy is supposed to do this, a girl is supposed to do it. But if we consider, like we say girls have to cook in the kitchen.
Yeah.
But if we see, maximum chefs are men.
Men, yeah.
But still the girls are supposed to do that.
Yeah.
So it's a very contradictory, the way, you know, it is coming, conditioning, you know, that's...
The way we are taught like that from a chota baby, we are being teaching like
we
that.
think the world is like that. Yeah, we accept. So now coming to your brighter side of your life after all these struggles, so you became trans global queen, and you know, so which is a big title. Huh?
Yeah.
So can you share about your journey towards that beauty queen?
I was so grateful to the grace of the universe. I became the winner. I represented India for Miss Trans Global 2021, which was happened in 2021. So during the COVID pandemic, the show totally conducted virtually. So we have to shoot everything and give to them, submit them. So it was a process took 6 to 7 months, total process. So I had to invest a lot of time, lot of effort for that, and lot of my friends supported. Lot of makeup artists, camera persons, photographers, and everybody supported me throughout the pageant time. Yeah.
So who conducts this pageant?
Miss Trans Global is an organization. It's a UK-based organization.
UK-based,
yes.
Okay. So how many people participated in that?
Almost 16 finalists were there.
16
countries, yes. 16 countries.
So participants must be hundreds and thousands.
Yeah.
Initial application must be
must
too many. And so what kind of talents or what do they see, what you ultimately showed
they
them?
assess everything, our talent round. There will be talent round, there will be gown round, introduction round, cocktail round, tea, coffee round, and everything. So they will, calculate mark, accumulating, one by one round. So finally I became the winner.
Fantastic, excellent. So how was the feeling?
Was super proud, because representing India is not a small thing for me. I have seen winning Aishwarya Rai, Priyanka Chopra, Susmita Das and all as a beauty queen since 1994 and 2000, in that era. So I always wished to become like that, but I was not I was not thought about becoming like that. Becoming like a girl.
It's possible. You couldn't think, because you had your own struggles initially, that transformation was
I didn't
required.
think about, you know, transforming to a girl, even a girl. So, you know, becoming a queen, beauty queen like this was beyond my imagination.
So, what exactly beauty means to you in true sense?
Beauty, actually, beauty lies in the perspectives. You know, beauty, everybody can be beautiful. Everybody has beauty, their own beauty. That can be their talent, that can be the way he or she behaves. So everything beautiful, everything beauty for me. So that can be the character, that can be the ideology or whatever it is.
Great. So apart from that, I think you were recognized by state also and by your school also. Just share your experience.
Yeah, after becoming Miss Trans Global, the government of Kerala was honored me in 2023. It was kind of state award, and I've gone as a guest in my school where I've studied.
Wow. Oh wow.
Which was really proud for me.
Excellent. Very encouraging. So tell about what do you do apart from now, after all your journey got one turn. So now career wise, what do you do?
So after the page, and I've done an ad for Adidas and Lulu Mall and a couple of ads, like international ads like that. And I've started doing movies in Malayalam. I've done 2 movies in Malayalam. So my final goal is like that, you know, getting into a movie as doing a lot of roles is my biggest dream.
Excellent.
So now
I think you did some short movie where you got the award also.
Yes, for Padi. Its name is Padi, the better half.
Okay.
So for that, I have got Best Actress Award in short film category.
Even if I would have been the judge, I would have given you because I saw your Instagram reels. You're amazing. That way you dance, the way you know, it's amazing. Yeah, I can see an actress in you, very natural actress. And I also got to know that you are very filmy. Wikipedia. So how
I'm a filmy buzz.
Okay, so that interest you have got from childhood?
Yes, since childhood I've been very passionate about films. I think since 1997 Gupt film, I'm remembering Gupt is the first Hindi film I have seen. So from that period I've been, you know, remembering everything, the singers, the film, actors, everything.
And you love to sing also, and you know Bharatnatyam?
Yeah, I'm a trained Bharatanatyam. I've trained a little bit in Bharatanatyam and Kerala Nadanam.
So you've got all the kind of qualities what an actor or actress needs, right? So when there is any weak moment in life and you're feeling low, so what do you fall back on?
You know, I call a few of my best friends and talk to them because I'm, you know, when I feel very lonely, I get depressed, easily depressed. So I call a few of my friends and talk about a lot of things, what's happening in the world, and go for a ride or go for a cup of tea. So it will get boost.
Okay. Great. So can we have rapid fire round?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So rapid fire round starts now. One word for your journey.
One word for my journey. It's itself in my name, Sitara.
Areva.
Which means star.
Sitara came later, or it was your cast?
No, from
the way
no.
it is like.
Sitara, I made it.
Oh wow! So one word is Sitara. Very nice.
Yeah.
A character you will love to play one day.
A character, the real character, a mother of a baby.
Excellent. Director with whom you will love to work.
Of course, Mani Ratnam sir. I'm a great fan.
Okay. One quality any actor or actress must have.
I think actors must have social responsibility towards the society, because when of course you can show the bad side can show the misogyny, but glorifying the misogyny is what I am against with.
Right, these days, you know, the kind of violence they are showing in movies, I feel they are trying to show it's okay, it's
yeah,
fine, you can cut it, you can throw it, you can slit the neck. It's happening. So what our youth would be learning? I get really shocked by the
Exactly.
kind of violence they are showing. A compliment that stayed with you always.
Compliment. The way I carry myself is so beautiful. People say like that. So I really love
I
it.
also want to say that.
Thank you so much.
One myth you want to break.
About queer people.
Yeah, about.
People think that queer people are very talentless, useless. So it's not that. We are not inferior than a man and woman. We are equally capable of doing whatever a man and woman do.
Of course, yeah. One genital or one gender cannot decide human potential.
Yes.
Yeah, that's so true. One song that describes your life.
I really love my life a lot. So, love you, Zindagi.
That's my.
Zindagi.
Yeah,
Shahrukh Khan and,
that's even my favorite
Bhatt.
song. One habit that keeps you confident.
Keeps me confident.
Yeah.
You know, I always love to learn new things, love to experience, explore new things. So I keep on learning. Learning,
So learning
my
is one
process,
thing.
yeah.
Yes. Actor who inspires you the most.
Kamal Hassan sir.
Okay. One social cause which is very close to your heart.
You know, every social cause is very close to my heart. You know, I am very much sensitive towards old people. So, you know, old age home and all are in my
Okay.
mind. If I become a huge star or something in future.
Great. You will, because you have such a good thought process. So strength or softness?
Strength, of course.
Rejection or invisibility which you are scared of?
Rejection I have already faced a lot and still been facing. So, invisibility.
Great. Love without condition possible or it's rare?
It's possible but rare.
I liked it. So fame or inner peace?
For me, it's inner peace.
One sentence you repeat to yourself on hard days?
All is well.
Great. Freedom means to you?
For me, freedom means peace. Samadhanam.
Great.
In Malayalam, it's called Samadhanam, peace.
Okay. Do you want to be seen as a transgender or only Shruti, a woman?
People want to see me as Shruti Sitara, a human being, but I am always proud of my gender, transgender. I always want to be known as a transgender person in the society.
Yeah, I think once you took that step, I think what I understood and learned that lot of people in Kerala got very inspired and they got the courage to do that, take that step, right?
Yeah, maybe because quickly my father accepted me the way I am. That story inspired a lot of Kerala, people from Kerala.
Yeah, so you're an example, very nice. So who bullies more? Is it social media or real society?
Well, both. Because in social media as well as in real life, there are people who criticize you and there are more people who like you. From social media, maybe 70% people will support you, 30% will bullying you. And we will be very stressful, seeing the bullying and all, but we are not minding that supportive system. So we have to be so much grateful for the person who are supporting. So I feel that I'm very much grateful to get a lot of support from society as well as from social media.
Great. So, you know why I felt talking to a transgender is very important to me? Because I initially first time I met few transgender in America, and because in India nobody spoke about it. You know, in those days I'm talking of 10 years before, 20 years ago. So, but there I happened to talk to them, and what I felt that they suffered a lot, even in America. How
In
they
which year it was?
It was, I think, maybe 10 years ago, something like that. So they was, as a kid, they suffered a lot. You know, so they told their misery that in 2000 or, you know, how things were. So I really felt that it's a God-given condition.
Yes.
I know, and how they have to struggle within. They can't tell, their family doesn't understand. More so in India, you know. So I really wanted to understand that what they go through, what they felt, and how you know, they can fight it out. Because even today, I'm sure whosoever are watching our podcast must be getting a lot of answers. You know, and I also remember there was one movie, I don't remember the name, which was the first transgender somewhere in Europe, I think, who, when he disclosed who is he or she, he was killed or something like that.
Yeah,
And
kind
that,
of honor killing.
yeah. So it was a very, very sad story, and I actually had tears in my eyes that what was his fault, his or her fault, and what they had to go through, how long society takes to understand that it's a natural phenomena created by God, so situation created by God, you know. So why people have to suffer? We all got the same heart, same mind, same body, otherwise apart from genitals. So why we have to suffer? So that is why this subject was very, very close to my heart. So now today I want you to give a message to the people, those who are struggling, those who are really waiting to explore themselves, to disclose to the world outside, their families, that how they can get courage to face the truth, face the authenticity within their life, rather than hiding it, rather than fearing it. So please, a message from you.
Life, I believe life is all about being happy. You know, first of all, we have to have that understanding in our mind, what I am belongs to, what we are belongs to. So after that understanding only, we will be the confident, we will be that courage to do everything. So have that understanding, understand yourself first, and prioritize yourself first. Then you can be yourself, and you continuously, you know, teach this whoever surrounded with the you know, the inner sense of you. You have to convince the parents, you have to convince the society, you have to convince the relatives, neighbors, friends, everything, and come up with the true colors.
Yeah, you know, when I was thinking about this podcast, the conversation we were about to have, what I felt was that like there must be time when the child is confused about his identity and his family is not ready to understand because his kid or the society pressure, or they don't want to. They want to feel that maybe it is temporary phenomena. No, they will understand, maybe just like that. You know, all these things. So they want to avoid this topic. They don't want to acknowledge or address the issue. But that phase is very critical for the child. He is in that stage where he is all the time thinking about himself, you know, himself or herself, that what I should do, what I'm feeling, why I'm feeling, how should I tell, not tell, what to do. What I was thinking that maybe for few years, like the way you did, I think you were already 25 when you disclosed to your father. So that was a strength of you, that till 25,
I was struggled.
You struggled, you stayed in that body, you tried to adjust, you focused on your talents, studies, you built your career, You did all these things.
Yes.
And when you were independent, mentally, physically, every which way, you could talk to them. So I think this kind of people, those who are struggling, because of this phenomena, so I think they should also focus like you on their strengths for some time till they are in a position that they can explain, they can make them understand the family, the society. That if they can focus on their strength, they can really change the situation rather than getting into a situation where family expels them, throws them, and they had to go on their own road or join that community. So why even community?
Yeah.
What is the need of community? You're part of us. We all are part together. So I think then they can be the way you transitioned. I think it was very encouraging, very I would say wise.
Yeah, even there were times when I mocked like a boy. I had to pretend like a boy in front of my family and friends.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
why there is hurry to kind of
I
impose
had
or
to do
decide?
that. I'm really sorry for doing that, but I had to do that.
Yeah. So it's excellent. One question more which comes to my mind, that first time when you must have got the threading done. How was the feeling?
Yeah, it was very, very thrilling moment for me. A sort of feminine urges are there with us.
Yeah.
Doing threading and hair coloring, growing hairs even. So, starting such situations is very close to my heart.
I'm sure. And one thing, like I also feel that like sometimes people are not able to disclose or not able to, kind of share their feelings or really express themselves, and get into a situation where they get married as per natural norms of society.
Yeah.
Boy's body, and he's married to a girl. But
Forcefully
inside,
married.
forcefully married, because he doesn't have courage to say no or tell what exactly it is, or people to understand him, neither forces him. So how do you know that how such people, how their marriage ends up or how it goes like?
Yeah, I know a lot of people like that. Since you said, before 10 years the situation was really worst even in our country. So from 2014 people started discussing about queer people, diversity and all. So before that period, many of the hidden trans people, hidden queer people got married to women and men. And there were a few of my friends were now separated. They're having issues in their home because they cannot live each other like
happily.
a very
They cannot.
usual family. So it happens.
So it's
I'm
a
really
disaster for family to force this kind of marriages. You're spoiling two people's life, two families altogether. And
Not two people's like a family.
Two
Maybe
families.
they're having kids.
So
Playing with all the feelings.
Yeah. And one thing which you mentioned, that the Kerala government really have some reservations, give even some kind of money to support the surgeries, and a lot of things are there. Even they recognized you. So do we have such kind of support system all over in other states also in India?
It has started from Kerala actually, from 2015, and other states, a few of other states have begun to start like that. And in multinational companies have reservation for trans people.
Oh,
so I think
wow.
all the top multinational companies have trans employees all over India. In Bangalore, Mumbai, Delhi, everywhere I think it's there, and I think in Pune also.
So you have you also have worked in corporate, yeah? So you have worked in HP,
Yes.
and recently also you were working. So did you feel any kind of situation embarrassing, how people make you feel in your workplace?
No, definitely no. Because in workplace, the managers already giving teaching what's happening
they-
about how trans people, how a trans employee work in your team like that. So they are already get sensitized. So
So there's all respect and
Yeah.
there's nothing. So any suggestions you want to give to the corporate world leaders, or you want to give to the government or families, that how they should be, kind of making it convenient for people to adjust in society and feel normal?
well, try to accept the people by the way how they are existing in the society, and start accepting everybody, start talking about everybody, start writing about everybody. Let the films, let the writings and everything be filled with men, women and trans persons, everybody.
That reminds me one thing, somebody said यार ये आजकल मूवीज और वेब सीरीज में पता नहीं क्या हो गया, हर एक में कोई ना कोई ट्रांस या लेस्बियन या गे दिखाते हैं, तो ये टू मच हो गया. तो व्हाट डू यू थिंक अबाउट इट? somebody told me this, कि too much हो गया. So what do you think about it? It's good idea to show it's or it's too much? It should not be so much kind of.
We have to show the correct shadow of the society. If the society is a mixture of men, women, trans, lesbian, gays, everything, we have to show that. In these years only it started like that, showing like that. So from the older period, it was kind of invisible.
So it's good in a way that awareness is
Yeah.
getting.
Yeah, exactly. Because films are the medias which we influence a lot. So when we see films, if the character shows in a very good manner, it will be very effective.
Shruti, any one word you want that people should stop saying to transgender people?
There are a lot of abusive words in social media as well, like chakka, and in Malayalam we have a lot, chandupottu, shikandi, lot. So people try to not, tease like that.
And are you able to forgive the people, those who have disrespected you like that?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I can only forgive. What should I do now? I cannot kill them. I cannot go and attack them. So I should forgive.
Yeah, I also believe that everybody has got their own chashma. So if
Yeah.
I am wearing red color, so I will see the world red. If I am wearing blue color, I will see the world blue. So if I am wearing clear, then only I can see the world clear. So they are wearing that kind of chashma where they see the world.
Bura
They
chashma.
are like this, they are chakka or they are whatever. So because they don't have clear chashma, they don't understand.
Yeah,
So
they're
it's
having
okay.
that kala chashma.
Yes. So I always call such people, God bless them.
Yeah.
Shruti, you said it's okay to, government is supportive, even corporates, MNCs, for educated people, corporate world, they support, they have reservations. But to kind of a middle class family or not so educated, is it okay in society to get the work which is dignified? No, they don't have to go outside and do other odd jobs or sex work or being like.
Now it's been changing a lot. Now we are getting a lot of opportunity in MNCs, in shops, so in chota shops maybe opportunity hai. So even if an uneducated person can get job right. But I don't know, I have no idea about how they are being treated in there. Maybe they may be facing any kind of humiliations and all. So we have to tackle all the situation because it is been changing the world. So we all have to take a step.
Protective laws when, if suppose I am a transgender and somebody is really troubling me, is there some law that he can challenge it?
Recently added the law, Transgender Protection Act and all.
Really?
Recently added. But in most of the laws we are evicted. We are not there in most of the laws and all.
So, but
only
there is
men
special
and
law.
women are men and women are specifically mentioned.
Yeah, like in movie Tali, how she fights out for the rights of even the dead body, how it can be,
Yeah.
so
So
many
sad.
things she had to challenge to that show. So I'm glad that some law has come up which really protects their rights, Yeah, it's wonderful. Great, thank you so much, and I really feel that it benefits all our viewers and those who are struggling, even the parents, even the government, what all things can be done, how we can improve our system, how we can really start accepting every individual human being rather than thinking who is who. All of us are humans, have same emotions, so we should not do discrimination on any ground. So thank you so much, Shruti, coming
Thank
all
you
the
so
way
much,
and
ma'am, for
talking to
inviting me.
us.
Thank you so much for inviting me, and it's a really privilege to be a part of your podcast.
Thank you so much.